we saw a few teams decide they didn't want to play in this. What made it a good choice for you guys to play in the NIT?
Man, it's a blessing to have the opportunity to play in postseason. Uh, when I was at Baylor, we got to play in it three times. Two times we went to the championship game. One time we won it. Just our thing is just being able to spend another day together as a team. We love each other, love being around each other, have a great time, and so it's just exciting for us that we get to continue our season.
Are you going to have a full roster available tomorrow?
Yeah, yeah. Everybody's as healthy as we've been, and I mean, I think our guys are excited to play. At least they pretended really well at practice today. If they're not,
Okay. Is there any temptation from you to maybe play some reserves, play some younger guys just a little bit more than usual, just because, it's the NIT, not the NCAA tournament?
yeah, there's that thought, and what I'm gonna do is play the guys who look like they're the most excited to be out there, and may go a little bit deeper. We obviously the goal is to try and win. We're gonna do whatever it takes to win. Um, we'll see. It'd be nice to make sure that we everybody got some playing time in there as well.
All right. Great. Hey, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Next question to Tim Everson.
Coach, I know at Baylor, you guys had a couple deep NIT runs. I don't know if there's anything that sticks out about those two runs that you're going to use this week. But what's kind of your memories of the runner up and then the championship?
Yeah, the runner up here, it was we had a long losing streak going into the Big 12 tournament. And then when we got to the Big 12 tournament, that's when we switched to playing the zone and really got the guys to see it as a brand new season. We won 3 games in 4 days, lost in the championship game to Mizzou, and which allowed us, because we had a winning record now, to play in the NIT. So we was excited about that. And it was some great games. We got to an extra home game because we'd lost senior night. So being able to win the last game at home that year was great for those seniors. And then two good road wins. I think one at VCU, a set Greenberg team, and then we went to Auburn, and it was their new arena. I think Lebo was the coach there, and then we got to go to New York, man, and play New York, and I think we had beat San Diego State in the semifinals, and then played Penn State in the championship game, and Penn State had bust down like 36 buses of students, and it was a whiteout, and so it was really cool. We ended up losing the game, but it was a great experience, and so I mean, the goal is to play in the NCAA tournament. When you get in the NIT, man, if you can get to that Final Four, it's a really special experience for everybody. The year we won it, we got on a roll, and our mantra that year was, we thought we was an NCAA tournament team. We just didn't do what we needed to do, and was able to make some adjustments in there and went on a roll, and winning that NIT championship, and being, there was only 6 teams, still was 4-2. The 6 teams still playing at that time, and we happened to be 2 of them. So it was really cool. Everybody watched the NIT that year because it was the only game being played, and that was really special for us in our program. I remember Scott and I going out in the street corner afterwards and getting a hot dog. We didn't get we ate a hot dog in New York on the street corner, and so that was really cool. So I have some really great experiences in the NIT, and I'm hoping that we can help these seniors and these guys have great experience also.
And then you mentioned it a little bit, but past 24 hours, obviously you guys get selected to be in this. The transfer portal opens. You're probably trying to juggle 1,000 different things. How crazy has the last 20 hours been?
It has been. It has been. I even told the staff this morning as we was preparing a practice plan and finishing touches on the scout and the portal. And I said, this is why people opt out, right? Because coaches don't get contract extensions for NIT invitations, and so that's the nature of it. And so I understand. I don't begrudge anybody for opting out. And, I hope nobody begrudges us for staying in. It's where you're at with your program at that point in time and what you feel is the most important. And so everybody has to make their own decision, but it's definitely, uh, I can, I can only imagine this is very similar to what football coaches experience in December, when there was high school signing, planning for a bowl game, trying to keep your guys, the portal open. And, it's just a lot going on right now.
Next question to Tim Fitzgerald.
Hey, Coach, short preparation for Iowa. What have you learned about the Hawkeyes, and can you compare them to anything you've seen in the Big 12?
Man, they're fast and they're tough, and very much like very much like BYU. Just they don't shoot as many threes, but their transition, they run. I mean, make or miss, they run fast, they get down the court. They you look at them and the stereotype is that, they might not be as physical or whatever, but they are extreme. They grab and hold and bump. And I mean, they're a very physical team. And then they've got some really good players. Interesting. They play two bigs, and so that's going to be a little bit different for us. And then I think it's the Sanford kid. There's two brothers on there, and one's older, number 20. And I don't want to say his name, but man, what a heck of a player he is. And the Perkins kid is a terrific guard. And so, there's a lot. There's a lot. And the good thing, though, about these games is that we both have quick turnarounds. And so we're not going to really know them. And so some of the stuff that they ran all year, maybe other teams knew and took away, we're not going to be able to take away. But there's going to be some stuff that we run that teams have started taking away that they're not going to be able to take away. So it's, which team does the best job in transition and limiting second chance points. That's going to, and who really wants to play, who really wants to be there and play this game. That's going to play the biggest factors.
In the Big 12, like every conference, you just play each other over and over and you get to know each other. You know what they're running. Is it going to be good for your guys to see a different opponent?
Yeah, it is. It is. And this year in the 12, it wasn't quite as grinding as in the past where you played everyone twice. And then you got to the Big 12 tournament. It was the third time you're playing them. And, there was only a few teams we played twice. One of them happened to be Iowa State playing them the third time. And so, that third one was definitely a grind. But, but yeah, it's a little different this year. But yeah, it's always nice to play somebody fresh who doesn't know you. And you can, you can get away with a few things, but on the other side, you don't know them as well either. So,
thank you, Coach.
no problem. Thank you.
Next question to Mackenzie Nelson.
Hi, Coach. Just wondering what you said to your team last night after learning about the NCAA tournament.
One of the pillars of our program is that tough people do the next right thing. And if we say that we are tough people, then we're going to do the next right thing. And this is take advantage of this opportunity that we have and understand that it's a blessing because there's only 100 teams that are still playing. So 260 whatever teams, their seasons are done. And so it's a blessing to be where we're at. And we want to embrace this blessing and make the most of it.
Thank you.
Next question, again, Glenn Clinley.
Hey, Coach. Wondering about being left out of the tournament this year. Will that change anything for you as far as scheduling or how you set up, whether that's non-conference or things next year? Or do you feel like it was just you got to win a couple more games?
That's a really good question. And as soon as it was over, I looked at it and I was like, I thought if you go 9-9 in the Big 12 in the regular season, that you'll make the NCAA tournament. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, man, I don't know if we make it if we went 9-9 based on the way things fell. And so I've called and talked to several people who are their expertise is in scheduling and examining this thing, and did we fall short? Did I not schedule correctly? What didn't happen? I think it boils down to that we needed to win 2 more games this year, whether it was 1 in the non-conference and 1 in conference, whether it was 2 in the non-conference. If you beat Nebraska and USC, people think we in. If we win Nebraska or USC or Miami and win 1 more Big 12 game, then we're in. It's just there's a lot of that. It boils down to winning, man. Like we next year, the plan is not to try and get to the NCAA tournaments, to win and try and get better seeding. And that's going to be the plan, and we're going to attack that through recruiting and player development, and so that we're not in this situation next year.
And I'll ask you this one because I know that you care a lot about K-State and not just your program. The women's team has a pretty unique opportunity to host NCAA tournament games. What would be your message maybe to the fans on just the responsibility they hold to give those ladies, the recognition and the crowd they deserve this weekend?
Oh yeah, no, I'm excited about our women playing and getting to host. And when I was at Baylor, you got to see that happen several times and got to be a part of that. And so I hope that our fans, and I know they will, because we got the best fans in the country, they're going to show up and show out. We're going to turn Bram into the Octagon of Doom, and provide the best home court advantage, and just support our women. Just so excited for Coach Mitty and the team, and looking forward to cheering them on.
Thank you, Coach.
Looks like we have one more question for Kevin Feld.
Coach, obviously with the transfer portal opening up now, and you having to prepare for Iowa, how much responsibility sort of falls on the assistants to, either work the scout or work the portal? And, do you feel like there's more responsibility now on those guys to navigate this sort of weird period in the schedule?
Yeah, it is, but I'm blessed to have the best staff in the country, and guys who they're not one dimensional. They can recruit, they can coach, they can evaluate, they can prepare scouting reports, they can deliver scouting reports, they can game plan, and so saying that many hands make light work. And so we got many hands, and we're all hands on deck, and we're all doing everything right now. And so I'm excited. It's a lot of fun, because you're talking to new kids, you're evaluating your needs, you're scouting a new opponent. There's a lot going on. So this is what we signed up for, and we're excited about it, and we had great energy, and so looking forward to and embracing all of this.